Headlines of this English News Bulletin. Prime Minister attends groundbreaking ceremony of Ho Chi Minh City to the THANH Expressway. Mobilizing Vietnamese intellectuals for innovation and creativity. And later on in our world news, medical aircraft crashes in Philadelphia, United States.
Broadcasting from Hanoi, the capital of Vietnam. VTV News starts right now.
Hello and welcome to this very first edition of our English News Bulletin in the year of Snake. On behalf of our crew, we wish you a happy Lunar New Year full of health, peace and prosperity. And here's the top news of the hour. Prime Minister Phạm Minh Chính on February the 1st attended a groundbreaking ceremony for a section of the Ho Chi Minh City to THANH Expressway. Running through Bình Dương province, the section is more than 52 kilometers long and designed with 6 lanes, enabling vehicles to reach a maximum speed of 100 kilometers per hour. This is the first expressway connecting Ho Chi Minh City with the Central Highlands region, creating development momentum for the Southeast region. Highlighting the project's importance, the Prime Minister asked the People's Committee of Bình Dương Province to direct the project's investors, supervisors, consultants and contractors to maintain a high sense of responsibility, ensuring the project meets all deadlines and quality standards. New policies are set to take effect starting February 2025. In particular, the electricity pricing policy will ensure that rates reflect the actual cost of power production and service delivery. The government will implement a gradually decreasing retail electricity price structure to eliminate cross-subsidies between different customer groups. A new natural disaster support policy for agricultural production also begins this month. Rice farmers will receive support payments of $100 to $300 per hectare based on damage levels and planting timing. For aquaculture, support payments will range from $400 to $800 per hectare, varying by farming method. In banking, individuals or organizations suspecting fraudulent transactions may submit appraisal requests to the State Bank. All counterfeit money appraisals will be provided free of charge. After 3 days of the Tết holiday, more than 750 tons of goods cleared through the Bắc Luân II border gate to the Chinese market. The shipments consisted entirely of pre-registered seafood and fruits. During the Lunar New Year, the border gate maintained staffing to ensure sufficient and efficient import and export procedures. Personnel on both sides worked throughout Tết to serve travelers at the Móng Cái International Border Gate of Vietnam side and Dong Sinh, a China side. The commodity market resumed operations on the 3rd day of Tết, with many distribution channels reopening for business. Traditional markets primarily offered fresh foods, including seafood, beef and vegetables, to meet consumer needs. The domestic market department reports that nationwide purchasing power during Lunar New Year 2025 increased approximately 10% compared to regular months and showed growth over last year's Lunar New Year. Export activities at seaports nationwide have started the year in full swing, especially for wood chips. A steady stream of trucks carrying wood chips flows in and out of the ports, creating a bustling atmosphere. These exports have emerged as a major economic driver for many regions in central Vietnam, boosting the area's growth.
Wood processing companies in Hue City produce over 1,000 tons of wood chips daily to meet market demand. Asian countries are currently the primary export destinations, with volumes now 2 to 3 times higher compared to last year. However, wood chip exporters face major challenges from unstable raw material prices and stricter environmental and quality requirements from importing countries.
In 2025, we will continue partnering with forest owners in the central region to secure wood chips for export, meeting our purchasing countries' demand.
The global wood chip market is expected to see strong growth in 2025, driven primarily by the rising demand for wood chips as raw materials in the production of paper, plywood, and other industrial wood products.
We plan to research and identify new potential markets with lower quality requirements to help facilitate the export of wood chips for businesses.
At CHON port in Hue City, a constant stream of trucks loaded with wood chips arrives and departs as they transfer cargo to waiting ships. One vessel will transport approximately 45,000 tons of wood chips to China.
At the largest fishing port in the central region, dozens of fishing boats arrive daily in these early days of the Lunar New Year. They upload their catch, supply the local market, and head back out to sea for Tết. Many fishermen are eager to receive the luck of the sea. This report offers a glimpse into the vibrant atmosphere at the fishing ports of Quảng Bình and Phú Yên provinces.
On the first morning of the new year, fisherman Nguyen Thuận and his crew docked at Net Lệ port with over a ton of tuna. The catch earned them nearly 12,000 USD, according to Thuận. Inspired by this early success, many Quảng Bình fishermen took to the sea during Tết to seek their own good fortune.
After more than 6 days at sea, we've managed to catch over a ton of fish, and the market price is a bit higher than usual. If we could make this kind of catch every trip, we'd be really happy.
Many ships are returning with earnings of 21,000 to 25,000 USD each. Even though they've only been out for a few days, they're bringing in a lot of fish.
Phú Yên fishermen are celebrating a successful start to the year with a bountiful seafood season. 47 fishing boats with 280 crew members are spending Tết at sea, while another 620 boats are set to head out after Saturday. As they begin the new fishing season, Phú Yên tuna fishermen are focused on fishing safely and adhering to regulations, hoping that this year, the EC will lift the yellow card on Vietnamese seafood.
We strictly adhere to the government's policies, hoping the EC delegation will lift the yellow card. This will help boost fish prices, and the local people are excited about that prospect.
The return of ships laden with shrimp and fish signals a bountiful harvest, motivating fishermen in the central region to venture back to sea and work their fishing grounds.
A delegation of Cần Thơ city leaders and agricultural sector officials visited several agricultural cooperatives during the Lunar New Year. The visits aimed to encourage farmers for a prosperous production year ahead. For the 2024-2025 winter-spring crop season, the city has planted over 72,000 hectares. Despite the Tết holiday celebrations, farmers continue to monitor their fields regularly to prevent pest infestations and protect the year's main rice crop. The delegation also visited a fruit processing and export company in Thốt Nốt district, where they viewed the company's export products. Cần Thơ City maintains over 25,000 hectares of fruit trees, producing nearly 200,000 tons annually, primarily durian, mango, straw apple, longan, and guava. As spring brings renewed energy, key construction projects across the country buzz with around-the-clock activity. In the southern region, major infrastructure projects are taking advantage of the dry season to accelerate progress and meet the Prime Minister's targets.
Quan is one of many workers who have stayed behind at the Long Thanh International Airport project. Everyone at his company, from managers to workers, agreed to spend Tết away from home to keep the project on schedule.
There's a bit of sadness being away from home. We are determined to give our best for the work and the country's mission. We do our best to encourage our families to support those of us working on the project.
To support those working through TET, we launched an initiative that included festive gift boxes for workers on duty. We bought peach blossoms, kumquat trees, and apricot trees to bring some holiday cheer. On the first day of construction, we also gave lucky money envelopes to each worker.
3 units at the Bien Hoa Vung Tau Expressway project committed to working through TET. They deployed more than 100 workers along with machinery for construction work. Taking advantage of favorable dry season conditions, they successfully met the project's progress targets.
Before and after TET marks the peak of the dry season, so we must make the most of this time. The company has recognized that the progress of the Expressway project is a priority.
While spring is traditionally a time for family reunions, many workers at these construction sites have chosen to forgo this tradition. They have dedicated themselves fully to meeting the progress goals of these key national projects. Their commitment means that in years to come, they will be able to proudly say they helped bring these historic projects to completion.
Coming up next, mobilizing Vietnamese intellectuals for innovation and creativity. And Central Highlands community tourism draws state holiday crowds. Around 70 Vietnamese experts based in Belgium and Luxembourg gathered to discuss their potential contributions to scientific and technological cooperation and innovation in Vietnam. More to follow.
Vietnam is focusing on developing emerging fields like artificial intelligence and semiconductor technology that require skilled professionals. The Vietnamese embassy in Belgium recently hosted a session to explore how Vietnamese experts and intellectuals can contribute to these sectors.
Experts abroad are often up to date with the latest technologies. They are familiar with businesses in other countries, including those that have failed or succeeded. Vietnamese businesses really need this knowledge, not just the cutting-edge technologies that Europe or the world is working on, but also the lessons learned about how to best apply those technologies.
Vietnamese experts prefer hands-on involvement in specific projects with clear goals that address Vietnam's business needs for technological advancement, rather than simply providing policy advice or attending short conferences.
In Europe, there are many forums, such as the AI Open Forum, which connect research institutions with companies in Belgium, such as those in the port and transportation sectors, which are relevant to my field. So I imagine if there were a connection between us, research institutions, and ports or transportation companies in Vietnam, how could we effectively communicate our ideas and apply them to Vietnam? Through such forums and collaborations, I hope we can help Vietnamese institutions better understand what we are doing and identify real needs that could be implemented in Vietnam.
In Europe, Vietnamese professionals work across key technological fields, including materials science, electronics, nuclear energy, quantum computing, biotechnology, aerospace, and artificial intelligence. They also make valuable contributions to financial services and innovation consulting.
Despite being far from the mainland and facing difficult living conditions, including a lack of schools in some areas, children on the southwestern Sea Islands still attend class daily. Through their dedication, teachers in these remote locations are creating pathways of hope for their students.
Every day, Thanh Nguyen and her friends must climb 375 steps to reach their classroom. Hon Chui Island has no school, but for over 20 years, generations of island students have attended this charity class. The class serves 12 students from grades 1 through 5.
Every day, I take my younger sibling up these stairs to go to school. Climbing up is exhausting. My dream is to become a doctor.
The charity class on Hon Chui Island has operated since 1995, with teachers from the local border guard station providing instruction. Lieutenant Colonel Tran Bin Phuc stands out as one of the longest-serving educators.
I've been working with these children for nearly 15 years. Over the years, many of my students have graduated from university, started families, and settled into stable lives. I feel that I haven't done enough yet, so I've continued to stay and teach.
To Chu Island in To Cho Commune, Phu Quoc, Kiên Giang Province, has a relatively modern primary and secondary school. Though the journey to and from the island remains challenging, dedicated volunteer teachers from the mainland have come to educate students on this remote island and made it their home.
Though far from the mainland, I feel loved by the people here, and my colleagues are always supportive. The students are wonderful and really care for their teachers.
Many teachers have had the opportunity to return to the mainland, but they have chosen to stay here to teach the children.
After decades of dedication to educating island children and guiding generations of students, these teachers are known as boatmen who carry knowledge across the seas. From mainland strangers to devoted educators, they have chosen to make these sacred islands their home and life's work.
Bà Rịa Vũng Tàu Province welcomed the first international cruise ship of the Year of the Snake, carrying more than 3,000 international tourists. The visitors primarily came from the U.S., Australia, and several European countries. The tourists will visit provincial sightseeing spots, experience traditional rice paper making in Hòa Long Commune, Bà Rịa City, and have the option to continue their journey to Ho Chi Minh City and Tiền Giang Province. Now moving on to Ho Chi Minh City. The city has generated approximately $310 million in tourism revenue during THANH. Some local destinations saw visitor numbers increase by 50%. During the 9-day THANH holiday, many visitors have traveled by road to neighboring cities via highways, including Vũng Tàu, Phan Thiết, Nha Trang, Đà Lạt, and Cần Thơ. The new Metro Line 1 stations like Văn Thành and Suối Tiên enhanced visitors' travel experiences. The Lunar New Year brings a vibrant activity to community tourism villages in the Central Highlands, welcoming visitors from all over. These villages provide an immersive experience of local ethnic minorities' daily cultural life. Many areas are actively developing this tourism model to attract visitors, while preserving and promoting ethnic cultural values, simultaneously creating jobs and stable livelihoods for local residents.
Visitors are welcomed with traditional ceremonies and offered rượu khăn, fermented rice wine sipped through bamboo straws. In the long stilt houses, performers present the rhythmic shuang dance, while guests enjoy authentic ethnic dishes served with simple elegance.
This is my first time celebrating Tet here. Enjoying the gong culture, drinking rượu khăn, it's all very exciting. I especially love the song dance here.
During the Lunar New Year season, these community tourism villages feature more vibrant decorations and enhanced landscapes to create a better experience for visitors.
The first thing that impressed me was the deeply rooted cultural identity of the Edi people. It blends both tradition and modernity. I hope that community tourism sites in the Central Highlands can maintain their appeal.
Many have now received tourism and hospitality training through local government support. This has helped transform community tourism into a unique attraction. The cultural tourism spaces are also evolving to become more organized and professional.
These festivals provide great opportunities to showcase Eidi culture to visitors. Our guests thoroughly enjoy the programs, and we're committed to improving our services to better serve those who come here.
Community tourism villages maintain their regular prices during Tet. Visitors can enjoy complimentary rokun and gong performances. This approach has attracted tens of thousands of visitors to Dukluk's community tourism villages during the Lunar New Year holidays in recent years.
On the fourth day of the Lunar New Year, the Spring Festival took place at Khao Pagoda in Taibing Province. Instead of being held only on the fourth day of the Lunar New Year, this year's festival will take place from the 4th to the 8th day, making it an enticing springtime destination for both local and distant visitors. Visitors to the festival can enjoy the beauty of the ancient pagoda and participate in various traditional games rooted in the daily lives of agricultural communities. These include drum performances, races, fire starting and rice cooking competitions, and festive boat singing. The festival stands as one of the few remaining celebrations that authentically preserves the simple yet vibrant spirit of wet rice farming culture in the Red River Delta. Coming up next in our world news, medical aircraft crashes in Philadelphia, United States. And Japan to develop artificial intelligence strategy. A small aircraft operated by Jet Rescue used for emergency medical purposes crashed on the evening of January the 31st in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, near a shopping center and residential areas, sparking fires in several homes and vehicles. Aircraft debris was scattered over a wide area. 6 people aboard the plane were killed, including 2 doctors, 2 pilots, 1 patient, and 1 family member of the patient. The number of casualties on the ground has not yet been confirmed. The cause of the crash is still under investigation. A White House spokesperson announced that U.S. President Donald Trump has officially decided to impose higher tariffs on 3 major trading partners, Canada, Mexico, and China, effective starting February the 1st.
The new tariffs will be imposed starting Saturday, February 1st, on the U.S. 3 largest trade partners.
President will be implementing tomorrow a 25% tariffs on Mexico, 25% tariffs on Canada, and a 10% tariff on China for the illegal fentanyl that they have sourced and allowed to distribute into our country.
Raising tariffs on these 3 trade partners is likely to increase the prices of goods and services in the U.S., contradicting President Trump's campaign pledge to lower consumer prices.
Japan will develop a comprehensive plan to support artificial intelligence or AI development and implementation, addressing both traditional and economic security concerns. Prime Minister Shigeru Ishiba made this announcement on Friday as the global AI industry reacted to Chinese startup DeepSeek's launch of a new chatbot. Prime Minister Ishiba emphasized AI's potential role in tackling Japan's productivity challenges. However, he noted that the immediate priority is to enact legislation that balances AI's benefits while safeguarding against its potential risks. The Kremlin confirmed on Friday that the BRICS group has no plans to create a common currency. Kremlin spokesperson Dmitry Peskov clarified that BRICS is not discussing a shared currency, focusing instead on developing joint investment platforms. On January the 30th, U.S. President Donald Trump warned BRICS nations against replacing the U.S. dollar as the global reserve currency, threatening to impose a 100% tariff on any BRICS country that attempts such a move. And up next is the weather forecast. And the weather forecast has wrapped up this first edition of our English News Bulletin in the Year of the Snake. We want to thank you for your support and accompanying us during the year. And let's hope that the Year of Snake, or 2025, will bring us new strengths and we can achieve the goals ahead. So thank you again and see you next time. Goodbye for now.